All right, we're here with former Gamecock. Can I say that? John Grice.
The good Gamecocks is what I call them. The good Gamecocks.
Coach, you've been here a few years now. What has this been like for you, kind of stepping away as a head coach and, just kind of taking a step back and observing? What's it been like for you at Clemson?
Man, it's been awesome. It's a great place. It's everything it's built to be. It starts at the top. Coach Vzina does a fantastic job. The way he runs the program, his vision for the players, and what the program's centered around. So very similar to my beliefs. So it's been very good for me just to be here. And my role, on offense, I call myself the old guy in the offensive room. So it's been really good. We work with great people because you got to be a great person, number one, to get in this building. I think as a player or staff member. So you put that many good people together, you got a good product.
I was telling somebody, John Scott, a minute ago, you walk in this building and it's almost like there's an all-star staff. You got Garrett Riley, John Grott, got Mike Houston, Chris Rump, Nick Eason. Lonnie Galloway. It's like an all-star staff.
It really just a great staff. And I think Coach Vzina attracts those type of people. Just very successful, driven people. But, at the core, just the same values that like John Scott. You're not going to beat John Scott.
Right.
Just awesome person, fantastic person. Not only a great coach, but a great person. And I can say that for most of the ones in this building.
Can you explain what your duties are? What do you do?
Well, I just mentor young guys, which has been really good for me. I think, just as far as collectively offensively, I just think we have the collaboration is really good. Coach Riley does a great job of that. Just involving everybody. Everybody's got their own little piece for as a breakdown or things that ideas that people bring to the table. So I think everybody just kind of stays on the same page. But I kind of run the support staff, just making sure those guys are on top of everything they do. And I got the easiest job in the world because they're all great. So it's really a fun job.
This quarterback room, led by that guy, number 2, what's his name, Klubnik. What have you seen out of him? Because you've been here a few years now. How have you seen that kid grow?
Well, it's been fun to sit back and watch his growth. He come in just an energetic, just young guy, and just had a lot to learn, and he did learn. But his competitive nature has got him to where he's at now, I think, and that's what I've observed, through time. And his leadership has grown, and he's just got the team. The team believes in him, and so it's going to be a fun year just to sit back and watch what he can accomplish this year. Just with the experience he's had and the ability he has, and like I said, that growth has been a lot of fun to watch.
Have you seen growth out of Christopher Vzina?
I have, yeah. This spring, probably, he's further along than what he has been in the past, and quarterbacks develop. This is a developmental game, in every position, but definitely a quarterback. CV just needs more game reps. I think the more game reps he gets, the better. And it's hard to give a quarterback that too. I think that's where you grow at quarterback. You got to be able to get in a game and have some success, but you probably learn more from your failures in quarterback, just like you do in life. Than you do anything. So right. He needs to just be able to get in a game and make some mistakes and learn from them and grow from his successes. But I think he's doing the things he needs to do to be where he wants to get to.
Speaking of quarterbacks, you got one in your family. How are you going to handle Friday nights this year with Jace playing at Daniel?
Well, Coach is great about that. He expects us to go get to watch our kids play no matter what they're doing and no matter what time of year. So he allows you to be able to go on a Friday night to watch. Kind of makes it kind of on a road game, the logistics of getting there and stuff. But he wants you to go watch your kids play and. So that's one of the fantastic reasons to work at Clemson. A lot of coaches wouldn't do that in his position, but he allows you to do that. I know it's like Mickey Conn last year getting to watch Spencer, and him tag up and get to the hotel with a driver or catching a plane or something other than get there. But just logistically, it's challenging at times, but it's great to be able to do that and get to watch your son play. You don't get that time back, right?
Right.
Your son plays in high school for a few years, and to be able to go watch him play is such a benefit.
What is your role on game day?
Well, it's changed a little bit, as far as the years go. I was on the sidelines, first few years. I was in the box last year. I think when the communication, you could communicate with headsets and you had more people on headsets. I went up last year. I don't, it's kind of on game day, you think there's a lot of collaboration. I think in between series you had some collaboration, but the guy calling the plays or the guy, on defense or offense, they got to be able to do that. So you have too much of that at times. But like I said, I may be back down on the sidelines this year. I don't know exactly where I'm going to be, this year. But just, try to plug in. And I like being on the sidelines. Most of my career I was on the sidelines, so I may be back on the sidelines this year.
Perfect.